What's up, everybody? This is Jay over here at From Heroes to Icons, and this is our 22nd episode of our weekly pull box. And I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Birthday to me as we go into the new year on today, December the 31st, the last day of a very trying year. And we're looking at a nice haul of books for the first week of the new year. And I don't know, I can say it was a pretty good year. Met a lot of different people and bought a lot of different books. And hopefully 2019 will finally see my comic books out of storage and back into the house with me. I was looking to do a best of 2018, but I don't know if that's gonna get done, being that more than half of the books that I bought in 2018 are in storage, and to go through that would just be just too much of a big event. We're gonna go through these books, and we hope you guys have a good new year. And I hope you got everything that you wanted this year. And if not, if God blesses us to see the new year in, that we'll be able to get those keys and those grails and fill in those runs that we always wanted. Can I get an amen? But anyway, we're gonna run through these books. Over here, it's quite early right now, so you gotta excuse the pauses and such as I drink my coffee and such as we run through these books that are coming out on, what is it? January 2nd, New Comic Book Day, Wednesday. And we're going to start off with Dark Horse Comics. First up for Dark Horse Comics, we have Stranger Things #4 by Jody Hauser and Stefano Martino. And that has a few covers. I'm looking at 3 covers here. Cover A by Alexi Bricklock. A beautiful cover B by Jen Bartel of, what's that, 11? Her name was? It's been so long since I watched Stranger Things. And photo cover, which is cover D. Excuse me. Next we have Sword Daughter, one of my favorites from Dark Horse, #5 by Brian Wood and Mac Chater. We have 2 covers for that. A Ben Oliver cover and a Mac Chater variant cover for cover B. And I'll probably pick up both of those. And for me, that is it for Dark Horse. Here we have DC Comics, starting the new year off right with Action Comics 1006 by Bendis and Ryan Sook. And I believe nearly all DC books have 2 covers now. And we have Ryan Sook for cover A, and Superman is watching the ball drop and taking his outfit off, with Francis Manapool cover for cover B. Batgirl #30 by Marguerite Scott and Paul Pelletier. And finally, we have Paul Pelletier doing cover A, and a beautiful snow-driven cover by Joshua Middleton. And this book is on like all the hot charts this week for whatever reason. I don't know what's happening in the book, but the book is hot, so I grab it. Batman Beyond #27 by Dan Jurgens and Brett Booth? No. Whoop, that's what it says. Cover A is by Pasquale Fury, and cover B is by Dave Johnson. Not a big Batman Beyond fan of late, but book seems pretty good. Detective Comics $9.95, and it counts down 5 more. by Peter Tomasi and Doug Manick. And that has two covers, a Doug Mankey cover and a beautiful, beautiful Arkham Asylum Mark Brooks cover. Excuse me, sipping coffee. The Flash, number 61, by Joshua Williamson and Christian Deuce. And we have a David Yarden cover and a Derek Chu cover for cover B. And I had stopped looking at Flash, but it seemed that they're expanding the Flash's world the way they did like the Green Lanterns, and with all the Force abilities, like the Speed Force and the Strong Force and all of that. So I would definitely grab those books, because it seems like the Flash is expanding their universe. It's going to be something that we want to have. Heroes in Crisis, number 4, by Tom King and Clay Mann. And we have a Trevor Harrison cover for cover A, and a Ryan Sook cover for cover B, which is one of those DC Crisis Files covers, which is really cool. Aquaman loses his hand in that one. Pretty awesome. Justice League Odyssey number 4 by Joshua Williamson and S. Biss. Felipe Brones. A lot of these things that I'm reading here is all mixed up, but I guess we'll see what we'll have to see. Cover A is by Stefan Sajak, and cover B is a Starfire cover by Terry Dodson. We have Silencer number 12 by Dan Abnett and Jack Herbert. One of the only one of these New Age of Heroes books that I'm still jumping on. And I will pause real quick. I didn't post it, but there's supposed to be something really good popping off with that Raven, Daughter of Darkness book, number 11. The cover, I believe, is by Yasmin Putri, which is sick. Sick cover. So even, I may show it at the end, but yeah, that's really ridiculous. The Terrifics, number 11, by Jeff Lemire and Victor Bogdanovic. His artwork is dope. Even though the cover don't look too hot, he did a few issues of Silencer. Bogdanovic is really nice. I follow him on Instagram also. Pick that up. Titans 32 by Dan Abnett and Clayton Henry. And we always love Clayton Henry's work. And Clayton Henry is doing cover A, and you need to pick this up. This book is hot. This is the origin of Mother Blood, I believe, in this book. And cover B is by Philip Tan. Wonder Woman 61 by G. Willow Wilson and Exomanico. That's a cool name. And we have a Terry Dodson cover, which we always love the Terry Dodson covers. And Friesen is doing her thing on cover B. And that, as they say, is that for the DC Comics. For Dynamite Comics, I usually don't cover this book in particular, but the cover just grabbed me. Project Superpowers number 5 by Rob Williams and Sergio Davila. And cover A is a astounding looking Matina cover. He's starting a new year off right. And cover B is by Ed Binez. So if you haven't been picking that book up, pick it up. And they also have I didn't show it here, but it also has a version cover of that cover A. So if your comic shop has it, you should definitely pick it up. Oops, I thought I paused it there, but I guess y'all just caught all of that dead space. Sorry. And one more book from Dynamite, Rainbow Bright #3 by Jeremy Whitley and Brittany Williams. Fan favorite of mine from back in the days. And cover A is by Paulina Ganucci, and cover B is the classic old school Rainbow Bright. You guys gotta excuse me. I thought I hit the pause button before, but you know, sorry about the dead space. Image Comics, Crowded #6 by Christopher Sabella and Rose Stein. Cover A is by Rose Stein, and cover B is by Naomi Franquiz. Still haven't picked that book up. Guess I'll have to get it in trade. Let's see. The Walking Dead, 187. I wonder what he's going to do for 200. If he's going to do something hot for 200. By Robert Kirkman and Charlie Adlard. That book just stays hot, but definitely looking forward to seeing something happen in that 200. Marvel Comics. I think we have a few #1s from Marvel this week. We're going to start off with Champions. This is volume 3 of this. #1 by Jim Zub and Stephen Cummings. And, oh, did I show all the covers for this? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 covers. I may show 4. I'm not even sure. Let's go through these covers. Cover A is by Kim Jacinto, which the way that cover looks, I wish he was drawing the inside. And we have cover B, which is the Phil Noto Marvel 80th anniversary covers. And these covers connect. It's a beautiful, beautiful connecting poster cover this makes by Phil Noto. Very nice. Cover C is by Scotty Young. Cover D is by Michael Cho. And cover D, or E, is by Lee Garbett. And I'm picking it up, you know, just to follow the ending of the other Champions and Miles Morales himself. Conan the Barbarian #1 by Jason Aaron and Muhab Asur. This book is going to be fire. If you don't get this, like my boy Jim Comics said about Venom, you're living under a rock. And we got quite a few covers for this. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. We have cover A by Asad Ryback. Cover B, another one by Asad Ryback, but I don't think I have that one. My cover B, which is cover C, by Jesus Saez, which is really, really, really nice. And an E Party variant by Mahmoud Asur, and the action figure cover, right? No, oh, there's too many covers. You guys see the pictures here. If you if you see it on the shelf and you like it, grab it. All right, that's all I can say. And that's it for Conan. Deadpool #8 by Scotty Young and Nick Klein. We have a Nick Klein cover and a Jamal Campbell Guardians of the Galaxy cover for that. Not a fan of Deadpool, but if you like it, buy it. The Immortal Hulk 11. This book is on fire by Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. Hulk dies and goes to hell, I believe. And we have cover A by Alex Ross, and our cover B is the Phil Noto Marvel 80th anniversary issue. Pick that up. Infinity Wars, Infinity #1, and that is saying it is by Jerry Dugan and Mark Bagley. And what you see is what you get right now with that. Man Without Fear #1 by Jed McKay and Dan Danilo Bayroth, if I'm correct. And we have a Cal Holtz cover A, Giuseppe Camacoli cover, with that Netflix Daredevil on the cover. We have a Cho Pham variant cover, and that is that for that. I don't know what's going on. I'm going with cover A. Marvel Knights 20th, number 5, by Donnie Cates, Matthew Rosenberg, and Nicole Henrichon. These guys need to start going by initials. Cover A is a Jeff Shaw cover. Cover B is the cover everybody should be getting, the connecting cover by Carrie Andrews, Pure Fire. It has the Sentry on it this time. Pretty nice. And cover C is by Jay Lee. Mr. and Mrs. X, number 7, by Kelly Thompson and Oscar Bazadula. Yeah. Grab that if you are fans of Rogue and Gambit. Shatterstar number 4 by Tim Seeley, Carlos Villa, and Gerardo Sandoval. If anything, we are loving these Yasmin Putri covers. Don't even bother to look at inside, just buy it for the cover. Star Wars Age of the Republic, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I'm only putting cover A up here. And this is by Jody Hauser and Corey Smith. And, you know, a lot of people, like myself, are feeling some kind of way about Star Wars and this and that. But the only reason I would get these books is because it says Age of the Republic on it. And if Marvel has any wisdom, which it seems like Disney doesn't when it comes to Star Wars, they will piggyback these stories off of what Dark Horse did when Jan Durisma was doing the Clone Wars and the Republic and all of that for Dark Horse Comics. But I'm only looking at cover A for that. Tony Stark Iron Man number 7 by Dan Slott and Valerio Shitai. We have an Alexander Lozano cover for cover A and an Uncanny X-Men variant cover for cover B. This week we have a few of the Conan Barbarians True Believer books. I don't even know if I'll put that up there, but they have 2 Conan True Believer books, so look out for them. One is actually Conan the Barbarian number 1, so be on the lookout for that. And then we have Uncanny X-Men, our weekly book, continuing, by Ed Brisson and various other artists on this book. Cover A is a nice Bishop cover by Giuseppe Camacoli. We have the Guardians of the Galaxy cover by David Marquez, and a really sick Conan versus the Marvel Universe cover by Dale Keown. That, yeah, if you're gonna get, I'll get that one. That book is hot, definitely. That's a nice cover. And last but not least, for Marvel, we have the book adaptation of Wolverine: The Long Night by Benjamin Percy and Marcirio Takara. Pick that up if you are a fan of the Wolverine. And for our independent books, I had a few written down, but I don't believe they are coming out this week. So we're just going to run through these 2 and call it a day. Coda number 8, which I still don't understand why people aren't talking about this book. I guess they're too caught up on other things. By Simon Spurrier and Mateus Bergara. I love this book. Very fantasy anime type thing going on with this. If your LCS has it, pick it up. Give it a look-see. And The Empty Man number 3 by Cullen Bunn and Jesus Hervas. This book is weird, but it's dope. I was telling I don't know, I think one of my friends, or my wife, or somebody I was talking to, and I said, this book reminds me, like the beginning of it, reminds me of this story I read in college called Yellow Wallpaper, about this lady that, she was going crazy or whatever, and like the wallpaper was talking to her and all of that. But she was just nuts. It wasn't, it wasn't nothing. It was pretty cool though. And this has 2 covers, a Vanessa Del Rey for cover A, and a Jesus Hervas cover for cover B. And that's it for this week. And like I said before, we wish you a beautiful new year and all the greatness that comes with it. And I pray that you guys are safe and you get everything that a person could ask for. And got a few things coming down the lane over here. And one thing I did want to talk about was the Batman Detective Comics 1000. And it's funny to me how they pick the different artists to do the various covers and this and that. Obviously Jim Lee, he's an executive, so he gets like top billing for cover A or whatever. And I don't know if anybody, when they look at the artwork and they look at how they do these books or whatever, it is fantastic. Jim Lee, to me, has more love for Batman than he does Superman. Superman gets like a plane, cover A, right? And Batman gets a double-page spread for Detective Comics 1000, and it is phenomenal. I mean, I think they have 10 covers again for this, like they did Action Comics, but it's not even worth it. Just this cover A right here. If you're gonna get it, get 2 of cover A, and Greg Capullo posted his cover for it, and just get 2 of the Greg Capullo covers. And I would not buy none of the other covers. I'm not feeling them at all. But the Jim Lee cover and this Greg Capullo cover, especially if the book is going to be square bound, like the Action Comics 1000, this book would be perfect with the white background, with the lightning in the background. Jim Lee, Greg Capullo, enough said. And I believe in March, Jorge Jimenez is back full force, back on the Justice League. And Lord have mercy, this guy is just raining 3-pointers all day, blindfolded. He has this triple connecting cover for, I think, 19, 20, and 21. And you be the judge. Just looking at this image right here, that's enough for me. I cannot wait. My wife is not getting nothing for her birthday because I'm going to be getting these books right here. And that's, to me, it's just pure fire. So you guys look for that. There's a lot going on or whatever, but we're not going to go into that. My covers of the week is definitely this Batgirl by Joshua Middleton. It is a glorious looking winter cover. And if I had the bread, I would get like 4 of those. Another cover of the week. What are we doing, 2 or 3? I guess will be the top 3. Is this Detective Comics 995 by Mark Brooks. And I also follow him on Instagram. If you don't follow him on Instagram, follow him. You would definitely get a nice sneak peek of the artwork and sometimes of the process of how he does some of these covers. And this is a must-have. Another one, if you have the bread, buy 1, buy 2, buy 3. Definitely a must-have. And the third cover of the week is this Superpowers number 5 by Francesco Mattina. Yeah, it's this, him and these skeletons and stuff with these is just crazy. They definitely should get Martina to do a Ghost Rider book or something, because just look at it. Yeah. And if there are any books of the week, it would be The Man Without Fear, #1. And that follows the death of Daredevil storyline that ended with the regular Daredevil book. I would definitely get that. That's a #1. And I would just get this, because I believe when Daredevil starts again at #1 in a couple of months or in another month or whatever, Marco Cicchetto, the artist for Old Man Hawkeye, is going to be doing Daredevil. And he is a phenomenal artist and draftsman. I would get that. And Conan the Barbarian. There you have it. Grab that book. They're saying he's not just, the Cimmerian Barbarian is not just coming back, but he's also going to be part of the Marvel universe, like currently. And I believe he's supposed to be popping up in that next Avengers Weekly series. So that's it, people. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope I didn't get on your nerves too much with the pausing and the sipping of the coffee. And Happy New Year. Be safe, be well, and until next time, I will check you out at the same bad time and the same bad channel. Peace.